bring to you the Boardman SLR 8.9 Carbon Road Bike 2021. This was released late 2020 and we are now in the month of April for 2021, and I am bringing to you, well, a kind of late review. What happened was I bought this bike 2 months ago, and before I bought it I noticed that there was hardly any video that was dedicated solely to this bike. There are other videos, but none of them were actually dedicated solely to this bike. So I thought I should make one. Also, because I now know a little bit more, so I thought I could share and bring. Maybe we could all talk about the knowledge on this bike. I had to travel all the way from London to Kent to buy this one. I bought this from a private seller. He explained to me why he didn't need the bike anymore, because his cycling preference had changed, so he was going to let this one go. He hadn't been on the road with it. It was fresh out of the box, brand new. So I bought it for a lot less than the retail price at the time. At the time, the retail price was £1,000, and I got this for a lot less. So I thought with the money saved, I could maybe do 1 or 2 upgrades to get this one in. It's already in perfect condition, but just to get it, a little bit more on the spec side of things. From what I know, this bike is not available right now, even though the main retailers for this bike, Halfords and Treads, they have increased the price to 1,100, but the bike, to the best of my knowledge, is still unavailable. So if you've been able to get one recently, please let us know in the comments below on how you were able to get one. But I believe I'm one of the last people to actually buy this bike, to actually get this bike, because I was on the websites back 2 months ago trying to buy this bike, and I even went all to the point of even making the payment, only for Halfords to send my money back to me. They gave me a refund saying the bike was unavailable. Medium, large, unavailable. So I was quite lucky to get this one from the seller who was selling at the time. So if it's still available, let us know how we can get one, if there's anybody out there who still wants to get one. Well, I thought I'd give you guys a rundown of what the bike looks like, and maybe talk about one of the 2 other upgrades that I was able to make. The bike is a full carbon frame, and also the forks is full carbon as well, with a tapered headset or head tube. I learned that a tapered head tube is something you should look for in a bike. So that, yes, it is tapered. And the group set, the levers, brakes, gear levers, front and rear derailleurs, and the cassettes are all Shimano 11-speed, apart from the cranks, which are FSA. So these are FSA cranks. The cassettes comes in the 11 teeth up to the 30 teeth sprocket, and this goes from 1 speed to the 11 speeds. So 11 speeds at the back, as you can see. Group set is all Shimano rear derailleurs, front derailleurs over there, like I said, except for the crank arms and the whole cranks, which are FSA, which I think is pretty neat. It's just in the middle of the Shimano hierarchy, so you're getting quite a good quality for that price range. I did try to make an upgrade of the FSA and buy the Shimano 105s. I tried to put on the Shimano Holotech 2, but I found out that when I bought the Shimano Holotech 2 R7000, it was a bit longer than the bottom bracket. The bottom bracket sits on the inside of that. So I had to take it out again and reinstall the FSA because it didn't quite fit. So maybe I made a mistake on what I was purchasing. Maybe I should have bought the right one, but the upgrade of that didn't go too well, so I went back to the FSA that I had previously. The other upgrade I was able to do was, this came with the Zafiro's Pro tires. I felt they were not puncture proof enough, so I went for the tested and trusted Continental Gator Skin tires. So I installed that. It looks pretty neat, so I believe I'll have less punctures riding this one. Actually, this took me on, I mean, it took me a lot of effort to take this off the rims, right? So if you're having trouble trying to take this off the rims, don't give up. Just try every method, speak to your local bike shop on how you can get that off the rims, because it gave me quite a headache taking these off. But eventually I was able to install the Continental Gator skins front and back, and these are more puncture proof, so I'm happy with that. So the other upgrade I did was, this bike comes without the pedals, and that gives it a weight of about 8.9 kilograms. I upgraded to the R550 SPD SL clipless pedals. As part of my upgrade, I was able to get the Shimano R550 SPD SL clipless pedals, and I hope you would agree that it does look nice with the bike. And also I upgraded and put on some brand new Nog Oil black bells that kind of goes with the whole black profile of the bike, and it looks pretty neat up there. So these are the Nog Oils, the bike bell that I installed on my new bike, and I think it looks pretty well because it kind of goes with the whole color scheme of the bike. I hope you do agree. A couple of things I was able to do was, I bought a set of Allen keys, and this goes from the 1.5 all this to the 10 mm range. You find out that you're using a lot of the 8 mm, and also I think the 2 or the 2.5 for your setting of your derailleurs. So these are quite handy. Also, I bought some dry lube, and what I'm going to do with dry lube is I'm going to apply that to the chains. Apply that to the chains and then just spin that around as I apply it. Get that all lubricated before I jump on the bike. And also, I bought some bike grease, which I did apply on installation of my clipless pedals. So make sure you get proper advice on any lubrication or any servicing you might be doing on your bike before you jump on it, to make sure everything is checked and done properly so they don't come off as you ride. I was going to upgrade the seats, but I decided to use the seats it came with because they look nice and neat anyway. I was going to change the brakes and the brake pads. I decided to leave that as well. Now, the sizing of this bike is the medium size, and the medium size, for that you get the 50 cm seat tube. For the large, it is 52.5 cm for the seat tube. So that's something you have to be sure. Be sure of the sizing that you're going for. My height falls into the, for the medium, falls into the 177 to the 183 centimeter, and for the large, that falls within the 181 to 189 cm. My old bike, which was stolen by the way, that's a subject for another day. You bike thieves, if you're watching, you know who you are. Not good. Not good. So I bought a new bike, and I had to be sure of the size I was buying because my old bike was a large bike. So I think I've been riding the wrong size of bike the whole time. So I'm hoping that with this medium, I'm not riding the size that is meant for me. And here comes the dog. So that has been my ever so late, but I hope useful review and slight upgrade of the Boardman SLR 8.9 carbon road bike 2021. If you have any comments Well, leave in the comment box below. If I look like I have a miniature version of the bike the whole time, that's because of the camera quality and the bike has been all the way back there.